Welcome to Learning How to Learn at UofT, where learning strategists introduce you to evidence-based practices that can help you become a more effective learner. In this episode, we're talking about taking effective notes in lecture. Taking good notes in lecture is an essential part of your academic success at UofT, but it may not be a skill that comes naturally. Students often worry about missing important information or capturing everything accurately, especially if their professor is speaking quickly. When you break it down, note-taking is a complex task. You're trying to identify, record, and organize information as you hear it. And you have to consider other factors as well. Are you well rested? Distracted? Is the content unfamiliar? Do you experience challenges paying attention or processing information? Taking effective notes may not be easy, but it's a skill you can strengthen over time with practice and experimentation. Let's start at the beginning. Why do you need to take lecture notes at all? They're necessary for a few reasons. Effective notes can help you engage with, process, and make meaning of what's presented in class. Identify important concepts, theories, or examples. Stay present and attentive during lectures. And most importantly, capture key information for review after class. Taking effective lecture notes is a process. Think of yourself as a detective, pulling together clues and revisiting important information to put together the complete picture of your learning. There are also things you can do before, during, and after lecture. Before lecture, review course materials like your syllabus, assigned readings, and slides. Identify key terms, highlight important points in a case study, or ask questions about concepts. During busy times, it might not be possible to do an in-depth review before every lecture, but quickly scanning readings and slides can help you build the foundation of what will be covered. As you go through this process, consider creating a legend with a list of terms, keywords, and abbreviations. During lecture, do your best to listen carefully while your professor speaks and try to identify the most important concepts. Use symbols, abbreviations, fragmented sentences, and initials to save time. Listen to signposts, mark important information, put question marks next to things you don't understand yet, identify questions, and tell your future self what to look out for. For recorded lectures, mark down timestamps in your notes to indicate topics you want to revisit, but be cautious of the amount of time you spend rewatching lectures. If your professor provides lecture recordings, it's still important to take your own notes. For some courses, it makes more sense to capture the main points of the topic in your own words. In other courses, you'll want to focus on documenting as much information as possible to support your studying practices after class. There are many ways to take notes. You can annotate slides, organize ideas in a concept map, create a linear outline, or build a step-by-step instructional manual. Experiment as you go and try to find the most appropriate system for your strengths and courses. Should you type or write notes by hand? Some research shows that handwritten notes help students form stronger memories, but some students rely on typing to capture more information. Whatever method you prefer, it's important to minimize distractions and remind yourself that this is just one aspect of learning. Information is given in lecture, but you need to spend time on consolidating your knowledge too. After lecture, within a couple of days of your lecture, review your notes, fill in gaps, and test yourself on the content. Try drawing relationships between the lecture and readings or your personal knowledge, and flag topics or questions to examine later. You can also revisit readings to get further explanation or identify questions that you can take to an office hour, an aid center, or your course's online discussion forum. Don't wait until your midterm or final to review your notes. Space out your practice and revisit the information to test yourself on material throughout the semester. Remember, note-taking is a skill that you will hone and develop over your time at UofT. Our team of learning strategists and peer mentors are always here to help, and our workshops will help you learn more and practice your skills.